I could take a turn and look up the county fair. Flattery.
Yeah, sure.
My kid was like, opportunity. Oh, yeah. That's what we're raising money for.
I'm on Facebook, I know. Yes.
Man, the appraisal fees are $4,400.
You get a $4,000 appraisal, say you owe $500.
No,
Yeah,
it's less than that.
what is up with that, man?
I
We
told
should
you.
have given them
I
$4,000.
told you all this when you started.
I told you so.
I told you.
Well, it
It's a
just sunk in.
surprise.
I bet that was recorded too.
Sorry for my shock and awe here. Hi, Dad.
All right, let's go ahead and get the meeting started. Let's see. Minutes from June 14th meeting. Any additions or corrections?
Move to approve as submitted.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, minutes. Auditors report. Beth?
Transferred that 500,000 for you, and it went into Verizon Bank, I believe. And she wanted me to tell you that the interest rates were two different. Verizon is 30%, First Merchants is 35%.
30%? Wow.
That's the kind of interest we're getting.
Well, 0.30.
There you go.
With a percentage on there.
Biden's really been hard on things, hasn't he?
Yeah. Whatever. Anyway, I just wanted you to know that, you wanted it moved, we'd have to do another check and turn it in, move it over to First Merchants, so that's all I have. And this is updated to this morning.
Move to approve the financial report.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, Beth. Claims. One claim, number 210, for WSP USA Incorporated, for $11,570. And it's for professional services done on, the appraisals of parcels 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, and 7 for the right of way.
Move to approve claim 210 for $11,570 to WSP USA Inc.
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Any other claims, Barry?
That's the extent of the claims.
Yeah, a little bit. Brian, you have anything else, Barry?
No, I don't.
From your side? Okay, Brian, update on 421?
Yeah, real quick, as you can see, WSP is working on securing all the right-of-way and easements needed. I stand really close to.
Yeah, you really are.
Um, So, we should have some, we've got a preliminary, from most of the property owners that they're acceptable to all the agreements. We're still working through a few issues on a couple of them, but nothing too significant. We plan to submit plans to, NDOT, permit plans by Friday of this week. So we've already received some comments back from them on maintenance of traffic and other, issues with, such as a pavement design for some of the side streets that we've been through. So, we're looking good. I don't have a good, schedule for you yet, just because we just need to make sure we get all the right of way secured, but we're in pretty good shape.
Do you think there's gonna be any concerns about any of the right of ways?
It doesn't appear so right now. We've talked with the guys at Indiana Packers. They had some things on that they wanted changed on the turnout to the clinic. But, I think we've worked through those, and I think we have most of everything addressed. So, right now, it doesn't look like it. There are some trees out there that we may impact, and I was kind of mentioning to Larry that they may do all right if they get cut. The roots may do all right if they get cut this year, but in 2 years, something may happen to those, so we may need to address them further down the line, but I think we're in good shape right now. We are still coordinating with the utilities. NIPSCO will have a gas line that will actually be under the new pavement. So they may want to relocate that outside the pavement, but they're fairly deep, so they shouldn't be impacted, but we just got those utility review plans in last week, so we haven't been able to look at those to see exactly if they want to move or not. We're still coordinating. Other than that, I think we're in good shape.
Any questions for Brian? Anything? Thanks, Brian. Jake, you got anything for us?
Yeah, just provided, the proposed residential TIF, visuals. And that's kind of where our base is going to be in the process. Obviously, it's for the commission to review those parcels. If there's areas that maybe are more favorable or less favorable, that's when this communication starts to happen, as we move forward. So, there's really three main reasons why those parcels were selected, and it really, in a broad sense, it's an area that is either had seen growth in the past, two, has access to a major thoroughfare, so it's an area that is highly traveled, and three is near or could be near municipal infrastructure. There are some rural lots, but most that are in the economic development target area are contiguous to municipal infrastructure. So that's going to cut down on the cost development when that's the case. So just a couple ballpark reasons, and then so I'm open. You guys have seen the proposed and approved the steps as we move forward as a commission. So this will be the baseline for our financial analysis with Baker Tilly. Baker Tilly is using this, I guess, scope.
They will have that for the August meeting.
Yeah, well, yes. So this is kind of just off the press today, in a sense. We'll get these parcel lists over to them to get it done. So I would imagine a couple weeks before they have all that back to us to figure out what the financial impact of those development areas could be.
So these have been determined as potential sites based on the criteria that you indicated. And those current landowners indicated their acceptance or willingness or eagerness to be identified that way, or is that still in the process, or how's that work?
I think that's part of the regulatory piece as a commission and as it goes through the elected bodies, is that area plan as well. So folks that are involved in this, or that they have properties that haven't been identified based upon the criteria that our organization feel that are high propensity for growth, then we can discuss whether they want to be a part of it. It doesn't change, obviously it doesn't change their tax structure, it doesn't change. Right. And maybe they don't know that. So the goal is just to make it widely known. This is our economic development target areas over, the life of this TIF. And so if there's concerns, then we kind of address that with them. And if they want to be removed, that there's not a problem to do that, or if somebody has an area where they feel that there could be growth and there's factors in there, then we would be willing to add them as well, so.
So that's still a fluid situation.
Yeah.
I mean,
I wouldn't-
first step of the process is identification and proceed from there.
Gotta draw the line somewhere,
That's
right?
right.
And then I'm sure, I'm confident it'll change, both ways, all the way across the board.
Yep.
The area, the town floor, or community club, or whoever owns there along 75 is not a part of that?
I believe we took that off because it's within the corporate limits.
So it doesn't need to be identified, is that why, or?
I think, I looked at that as, it has a high propensity to be developed anyways without the TIF overlay, to be honest with you. I think that we've had interest. It does have some commercial application to it as well. So I think that it just wasn't, it was kind of one of those properties that were on the line, were on the fence, about. But I think the commission, my recommendation to the commission was that it not be included.
Okay, I just thought that was one of the drivers behind this, was that location, and then it's not in here.
It is-
Highlighted, but maybe because it's in the city limits or something, it doesn't mean, I don't know.
Yep, that would be one, it's in the corporate limits, and then two, just with its commercial or an industrial application, it really doesn't need any resources to pull in behind it.
So a property not identified on here still can be included?
Yes,
So it's not limited to these are just
Early.
a subset of the whole.
yeah, I established some basic parameters that are usually
At least
support
the properties
residential
that
growth.
meet those.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we came to, and then if there's areas in the county that,
Okay.
that are better or worse, then, we're willing to make those changes.
Barry, do we need to approve this proposal?
Should have been a waiter.
They're not English. Choose.
It seems like this is all very preliminary for us to be acting on.
Okay. I just double checking on it to make sure that whether we need to do this before the August meeting, or then this kind of goes with everything in an August meeting of being approved.
I don't believe that, I think this is just information purposes.
Okay.
I don't think anything, if I understood Jake correctly, set by the permit, and so no, I don't think it's up for adoption.
Okay. Just wanted to just make sure I was all on the same page.
Yeah, when we did adopt the plan, my understanding from Baker Tilly, I'm sorry, from Barnes and Thornburg, is that when you adopt the plan, that'll be its basic form at that point. And we're gonna move the resolution through the regulatory government agencies as it's adopted as a plan. So we still have time to change it. It can still be changed within the plan too.
Right.
So, but when we get to today, a proposal and approval of the plan, then that'll be, we'll hopefully work out most of the kinks, or any property, changes within that parcel list.
And would an engineer and surveyor come in with a plan for that property at that time, prior to approval?
Okay. Any other questions for Jake? Anything else, Jake, for us? Okay. Nita, do you have anything you want to say or not, or say pass? Or-
I'm not here to ask her anything today, so. Just wanted to see your smiling faces.
Okay.
Would you like a cookie?
Thank you, but no.
Okay, any other business? Next meeting will be August 9th.
adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Thanks, Michelle.
Larry's got,